The map of Europe has been redrawn so often in recent years that cartography must be one of the few growth industries we've got left. Czechoslovakia splits in January, meaning that Bratislava, the capital of the new Slovakia, becomes the youngest capital in Europe. Now, no doubt, in years to come, the most popular catchphrase in Europe will be, "Shall we go to Bratislava for the weekend, darling?" But for the moment, it remains a tourist-free zone. So, what's it like? Where is it? Do they give you beetroot for breakfast? Is there a trouser press in every room? Robert Elms put on his hand-stitched, slim-cut Italian thermal underwear and went to find out.
Nobody knows what Bratislava is. I'm not sure that Bratislava knows. Is it in the glamorous 20s, the Stalinist 50s, or the swinging 70s? Or is this a capital of the future?
The recent past has not been kind to this city of the Slovaks, scarring it with the brutal dream homes of the socialist nightmare, buildings as dull and colourless as the far from blue waters of the Danube. But now there's a different kind of dream, to restore this once fine Middle European town which lay at the very heart of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and to make that town the capital of a truly independent nation for the first time in 1,000 years. Subjugated by its bigger, more powerful neighbours, they bequeathed Bratislava and Slovakia some fine buildings and some famous names. Egon Rone, Robert Maxwell. The Slovakian standard flies over Bratislava now, but its very name has changed with every successive conqueror. 1919 was when it became part of Czechoslovakia, only to be dominated by the more powerful Czech part of the partnership with its capital in Prague. Slovakia's geographical position, surrounded by hungry giants, has been its problem. The problem now is to turn its location into an advantage. The mood in the city now is pensive, unsure. This new nation is divided over its very existence, with many people fearing economic decline as they try to recover from the ravages of communism without their more affluent Czech partners. There is, though, a tentative entrepreneurialism emerging, with a hive of little bars like this one attached to a reading room.
I wonder if Robert Maxwell ever sat in there thinking, if I owned one of these, I'd make a fortune.
Certainly some fortunes are already being made, and there's a buy and sell anything attitude at the weekend markets on the edge of town. But in this country, where the average wage is still only £100 per month, it's the cheap fabrics, the lurid, overbright colours, and the grim, pasty faces of contemporary poverty which dominate. It was here, amid the tacky detritus of emergent capitalism, that I met Euro, a 21-year-old Slovakian student and multilingual Mr. Fix-It, determined to make the future work for him. A true product of the Velvet Revolution of 1989, Euro was eager to show me that there's much more to Bratislava than naff fashions, and to explain the intricacies and quirks of his hometown as it wakes up from the long sleep of failed socialism. And there certainly are some quirks. One of the big changes since the Velvet Revolution is that they've really taken to gambling. There's casinos all over the city and betting shops like this one. And they'll bet on anything. I mean, in here they give you odds on the English 2nd and 3rd division. What do you reckon, Grimsby or Leicester?
Definitely Grimsby.
I'm with you.
At the moment, life in Bratislava still feels like a gamble. So much is new and the people are unsure about so many things. Certainly the shops, like this particularly well-hung one, are now full. But will the future as an independent nation bring prosperity? The traumas of the past also still loom large. This Lenin poster was put up for a film shoot, and the sign had to say that, or else the window would have been smashed. There are some positive remnants of the old regime, though, like the highly subsidised and lovingly kept bastions of high culture. We're here at the Slovakian Philharmonic,
tonight we've got some Beethoven and some Mozart and someone called Godard. And the best seats in the house will set you back a cool £1.75. Yes, £1.75. Up the road in Vienna, the cheapest seats are about 30 quid, which could explain why the Viennese come here.
Despite such elegant diversions, life in Bratislava is a struggle right now, and not just against the sometimes spiteful elements. At night, the atmospheric, cobbled streets appear almost deserted.
Generally, the difference between the old times and now is that in the old times it was just communists who were rich, whereas now it's also criminals.
No, are you serious?
Yeah. No, it's a joke. You know, it's a half joke, but it's something is true.
There's a lot of that
So
going on.
legislation is very, we say, holy, and the tax system is very bad. You can really, you don't have to pay a tax if you don't want.
I don't suppose you want. Is this a place full of opportunities at the moment, do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
For what?
For doing anything, because this is.
Is that why you've got 7 jobs?
Yeah, partly. This is kind of unscrutinized paradise, you know.
Really?
Certainly for the young Slovakian with an eye for an angle, these are exciting times. Beneath these empty streets, there's many a buzzing basement. Signs of a nightlife which is beginning to thrive, but which perhaps still feels most at home, secreted away underground. It's undoubtedly the young who feel most at ease in this daunting new world they've entered. It was largely their revolution, and they're making the most of it. It's in these subterranean dens that you really feel the spirit of the city. The experience of that revolutionary struggle has forged a unity and a togetherness which is still tangible. Here you feel that Slovakia is a nation well equipped for the future.
The young Slovaks around this table can speak Czech, Russian, German, French, English, Spanish, Japanese and Gaelic. Under the communists there was nothing to do but learn.
But whether these people have really learned to live yet with what communism did to their country is difficult to say. High on a hill overlooking the city sits its most powerful monument, the austere and genuinely moving Russian War Memorial. This haunting, atmospheric place is testament to the last time the Slovakians were liberated, only to be plunged instantly into another kind of oppression.
Understandably, the Russians aren't too popular here right now. And there are even some suggestions that this war memorial should be pulled down. But I think it would be sad if we were all to forget just how much the Russians did do to defeat the Nazis, and how many boys came from towns east of here to places like this and never went home. I'm glad that some people still remember.
Looking out through the first swirling snows falling on old Bratislava as it prepares to become a new capital, I'm glad I now know where this forgotten city is.
Robert Elms there, burning the candle at one end in Bratislava. Now, of course, our traditional British Christmas is in fact a fake, a facade of Victorian invention. I'm joined now by Sue Jenkins, who is Assistant Curator here at Hampton Court. Sue, what would a traditional Tudor Christmas have been like here in, this is Henry VIII's kitchen, isn't it?
Well, it would have composed a lot of feasting and entertainment. In the kitchens here, we have roast peacock under preparation, and the way they would have cooked the peacock is to skin it, keeping the feathers and the skin intact. Take out the sort of small amount of meat you would get inside a peacock, spit that, cook it, and then prepare a stuffing with sort of herbs and vinegar and sort of mulch it together, put it back in the peacock, sew back the skin again. And with the sort of tail feathers arrayed, parade it up to the Great Hall, and A lot of gold was used sort of decoratively in dishes just to sort of emphasise how extravagant they were.
I believe over Christmas people can come in and try some Tudor delights, a bit of lark on a stick, perhaps.
That's right. There will be costumed interpreters working in the kitchens, trying to explain how various dishes were cooked and actually preparing and cooking dishes too. And the public will be able to sample some Tudor recipes.
Free food is what we're saying.
Not a lot, but some free food.
And that's what, December 27th to the
3rd of January.
or something. Well, I've learned something about life in a Tudor kitchen today, actually. It's freezing. It's, isn't it?
Well, we are quite cold, but we only have one fire.
We'll be back in 2 weeks' time when the whole programme comes from the remote Himalayan kingdom of Bhutan. Enjoy your Christmas. When I mull my wine, I don't mess about.
Next Wednesday at 8:30, Paul Levy enjoys his final feast of Christmas. And if you're thinking of going on a festive binge, Dispatches next tonight may make you think twice about dieting. You can hear details of this week's holidays on the Dial and Listen service on 0891 100 131. Calls cost 36 pence per minute cheap rate and 48 pence per minute at other times. And for a programme fact sheet, send a stamped addressed envelope to Travelog 6, P.O. Box 4000, London W3 6XJ.